This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now then, before we start today, a little bit of housekeeping to get out of the way about the Fret Zealot. As you know, one of my courses, Play Lead Guitar the Easy Way, is available as one of the courses you can get on the Fret Zealot app, and I'm supposed to be doing a review of how my course looks on that app and, you know, basically tell you all about it. And I am going to be doing exactly that just as soon as Fret Zealot get the course over to me. Basically, they're having some problems at their end getting the course to me so I can review it. It's not a problem if you want to buy the course. You get it no problem. It's just they're having an issue releasing a free copy to me to kind of review. So I'll keep you updated on that. Now, on with the show today. What we're talking about, well, it all stems from a little in-joke between Eric Clapton and Jack Bruce in the days of Cream. And well, I'll tell you what, before we get into that, take a listen to this solo and see if you can spot what I'm doing with the phrasing. Not the scales and notes I'm using, just the actual phrasing, you know, the kind of long notes versus short notes and gaps and the ratios thereof. See if you can spot what's happening. Now, unless you're one of my Skype students who may be watching this and could spot straight away what little technique I was using there for the phrasing, then you probably didn't get that, but all will be revealed by the end of the video. Now, what about this little in-joke between Eric Clapton and Jack Bruce? Well, you see, Eric Clapton, when Cream formed, Eric had this notion in his mind that Cream were going to be a proper little tight three-piece pure Chicago blues band. You know, he sort of saw himself as Buddy Guy at the front of a three-piece band, basically. And that's not really what Cream were about, is it? If we think back to, you know, the stuff they put out. Basically, Eric found himself in a band with a couple of seasoned jazz players, especially Jack Bruce. And Eric, as a young man in his early 20s at the time, kind of regarded jazz as, well, let's be honest, old man music, you know, pipe and slippers, that kind of thing. So he would kind of occasionally have a little bit of an in-joke with Jack Bruce about, like, you want jazz? I'll show you jazz. Anybody can do jazz. And most famously, this occurs on the solo for Sunshine of Your Love, where he quotes the not the melody, but the phrasing for Blue Moon. Take a listen. See what I mean? You can, once you actually see the lyrics on screen, you can kind of get a sense of what he's doing. And yes, he does go off-piste a little bit towards the back end of that little phrase, and then he just kind of goes off into a normal sort of Eric solo after that. But, it's just that idea of, taking the phrasing of an existing song and crafting a guitar solo either loosely or not so loosely based upon that. So I tell you what, let's take a listen to that solo that I played at the top of the video again, and this time, while you're listening to it, just have it in your mind, Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had some ducks, E-I-E-I-O, with a quack quack here and a quack quack there, here a quack, there a quack, everywhere a quack quack, Old MacDonald had a farm, etc. And then I do sort of go off piste a little bit after that, but you can hear where I keep returning to that basic theme. Here it is, just think Old MacDonald had a farm. So there you go. It's obvious once you can hear it, isn't it? And as you heard, I didn't stick rigidly to it. You don't have to. All that you are doing is we're kind of bridging that gap that exists a lot of the time when somebody's kind of relatively new to playing lead guitar and they've got the scale patterns down, but it's often a case of when they start soloing, it's difficult to break out of that thing of just running up and down the scale pattern that you've been practicing, because that's how you practice a scale, isn't it? You go up and down the scale until it's familiar. Then suddenly you're in a song situation or playing over a jam track, and you've got to do something that's a little bit more interesting than playing just the scale up and down. And well, how do you do that? How do you break out of doing that just kind of running up and down the scale business? Well, this is one way that you can do it. And that is pretty much it for today, folks. Why not try this yourself? The jam track is in the description box down below, so grab a copy of that. And I just want to say before we wrap in that, as you probably saw in the intro to this video, I now have a Patreon up and running, and it's going to be active as of the 1st of March. You pay $3 a month and you get a solo being demonstrated. I might even demonstrate this one and tab it out for you at one point in 1 month, but you get a solo demonstrated, you get the tab for the solo in PDF, you get the tab for the solo in what's it called, Guitar Pro format, you get the jam track obviously, and you also get an hour-long radio show kind of podcast thing that I'll be putting out each month, and one or two other bits and pieces as I see fit each month to just kind of upload, but that's the bare minimum of what you're going to be getting. So check it out, and what can you buy for $3 these days? Not a lot, but you can get you can help support this channel and get some little goodies in return. So if you do that, thank you in advance, and just thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your time. If you've enjoyed the video, found it useful, informative, and maybe even a little bit inspiring, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. And with that, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you for watching, and I do look forward to seeing you all again next time around. Bye for now, folks.